I applied to become a cultural leader because I was like seeing a lot of the work that Poetic Unity were doing with the cultural leader scheme, and I thought it was really awesome.
I applied to be a cultural leader because having the opportunity to be a leader, and I thought I could use that to improve my strengths and work on my weaknesses.
Before I became a cultural leader, I wasn't working. In that kind of headspace, it was kind of like, I want to say depressing, but it was definitely a bit of a downer on me because I had been working before, and so cultural leader scheme was definitely like a up for me.
I've acquired loads of qualities through the process of being a part of the cultural leader scheme, specifically like being able to jump between spaces and still feel kind of comfortable talking to people that I don't know.
I definitely think just like my overall confidence has like skyrocketed a lot during this 6 months, so that's definitely one of the qualities that I've picked up in this time.
But I feel like being able to branch out to various different kinds of people, young people, people that are going through different stages of life, different walks of life, and so being able to actually engage with the community in a meaningful way is definitely something I've picked up on.
My biggest challenge of being a cultural leader is when I had to go on stage and perform in front of people and also host a show at the same time. And I was never used to doing things like that, but after a while and after good instruction, I realized that I quite enjoy it.
Trying to be as authentic as physically possible, especially when you're like facilitating mental health workshops for the community, is kind of being able to like show some of your vulnerability in front of people. That was a challenge, but you know, we overcame, and we had really good like support from like Daniil, who was the person I was working with. In those sessions, it was wicked.
The Mayor of London event I feel like was a highlight for me as being a cultural leader, because it was just an interesting environment, somewhere that I never really thought I would be in.
Actually having fun at the youth club, I didn't think I'll be good with, inspiring the youth, but I really enjoyed that.
It was probably one of the hardest weeks of being a cultural leader, but is when I was co-facilitating a workshop with the Prince's Trust, and it was a mental health workshop with young people, and it all had really different and complex needs, and it was really, really tough, but it was also such a good learning process for me. So yeah, that was one of my highlights.
It's been amazing working for Theatre Peckham because I get to see more creativity, and I had a chance to be in some plays. It was nice being with Black Cultural Archives because I learned more about my history, and I was part of the mental health workshops. And it was amazing being with Poetic Unity because it gave me a chance to be immersed in the community by going to youth clubs and actually facilitating events and hosting events too. It's been amazing.
Working with Poetic Unity as well, just seeing that the work that they've been doing, like ever since I was in college, I did a workshop with them way back in the day. And so seeing that continuation, how it's grown and how it's like branched out, impacting various different people has been amazing as well.
It was an honor to be able to work with organizations like Theatre Peckham and Poetic Unity and Black Cultural Archives, who feel as though they're really in touch with what the Black community in London, and specifically like in South London, are needing, and just like leading discussions around our stories. Because that's kind of like what I wanted and what I needed, because I was like, I didn't have that growing up.
I feel that Poetic Unity is a family. I feel that it provides people like young children and young people like me. It shows them that people actually care about them, and they're not alone in this world. I feel like it's important for people like Poetic Unity to be around, because I don't think enough young people understand that. So whatever Poetic Unity is doing, I feel like we need more of that, and I think it's a great thing that they're doing.
Just even on my way to wherever I'm going, I'm always happy, which is a great thing to be able to say when you're on your way to work. It's like actually happy. It's very a rare thing, and it's just raised my standard of what I want to do for work in the future as well.
But I feel like the cultural leader scheme has given me a foundation. Now I can walk forward with that as my North Star,
So now that my role as cultural leader is coming to an end, I am going to start my own business and make sure that I uphold the values that was taught to me with Poetic Unity. So now I feel the energy, I feel quite ambitious. So yeah, I'm just going to take the world by storm.
I think the Cultural Leaders Youth Employment Scheme is like a lifeline, and it's also like such a great opportunity for young people to be able to like grow their skills, grow their confidence, grow a community within like the creative arts that they may not necessarily have like direct access to.
Just having that like foundation to know that, okay, this is possible. I can look for this somewhere else. I can say that I've did this to someone and it's now a viable career path, even just knowing that for my own self confidence.
I think the Cultural Leader Youth Employment Scheme is honestly one of the most impactful projects that's going on in London at the moment.
This is what the world needs, more schemes like this.